What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. What's up, Moltra? What's up, Proxima? What's up, Words? Excuse me. What's up, Mo? What's up, Ducks fan? Wag me. Streams! Nice. I love seeing the 10 stream streak, Proxima. Thank you so much for hanging in. Well, I know you've been here for more than just 10 streams, but thanks for the streak. So I just got off of a Twitter space, or X space. What do people call them? Do they still say Twitter space or X space? I just got off a fun little space with the Miracle team and the Introverse team. Still Twitter space? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't sound right when you say X space. But just got off a fun little interview with them. It was actually what I enjoyed most was just when someone asks the right questions and sends you down memory lane. You like remember stories that you forgot about, and that was happening constantly. I was like, oh yeah, like this happened at Macy's and blah 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 blah, and I was just talking about all sorts of things. And nobody calls it X unless they're crypto bros. Well, I got news for you. We interact with a lot of those. So that's why I'm teetering in between them. But I still call it Twitter just because it sounds nicer. But I figured out, which was a very easy solve. But now if you're chatting on X or Twitter, it won't show up here, but I will be able to see it now. Hey, GM building block. Welcome on in to your first time chatter. So I appreciate you stopping by the stream, because I did at the end of that other space, I did promote the stream. So I was wondering if anyone oh, what's up, Zoe? How you doing? I was just throwing some flowers your way. I appreciate all of the amazing questions. You really helped me like remember things. I was saying basically, because I've done a lot of little interviews and spaces and stuff, and I feel like I've told the same story many times, but I love when like you started asking about Macy's, started asking about different things, and it sent me down memory lane, and I was like, wow, I haven't thought about talking about this or thinking about this in a while. So that was a lot of fun for me, and I really appreciate the amazing questions, the stream, shout out. Thank you for joining me on Twitch. I can now see comments over on X. It won't show up on screen, but I will finally be able to see them. Same with YouTube, because we restream to Twitch, X, and YouTube. And but I primarily talk to Twitch. Twitch and Twitter. I always like want to say the opposite for those. And so if you are watching for the first time, and maybe I should say this again later, but there is an incentive on my Twitch channel that when you watch enough streams, you can save up enough coins, which is the currency over here, that you earn just by watching and interacting with the stream. But at some point, there's a redeem that you can redeem called the Clone Original. Building blocks. Zoe, you did your first meow. Congratulations. But you can redeem a Clone Original, which is a little sketch that we do, and we did one recently that I was really proud of, which is why we're sketching today. And I draw whatever you want, and then I send you the drawing, as well as send you like a digital scan of the drawing. Your first meow, yeah. You got your first meow. There's 6 of them, and they're all my cat Pulpa, every single one. One of them might not sound like her, but it's her. Skeleton Cool Cat's crew. I'm gonna draw. Ooh, oh yeah. So another thing is Proxima in chat loves to also draw while the stream is going. We often show off their drawings as well. Moltra's getting close to Clone Original Sketch. I'm excited for you to get it, Moltra, because at this point I'm just really excited to draw more of the drawings. So But and now I'm thinking to myself, you know, anyone's allowed to redeem more than once at this point, and I feel like I'm sharpening my skill set with the pencils, because when we do the Klon original sketches, it's only pencil. I try to like keep it as an only pencil thing. It's a lot of fun. So we can jump into it, and I don't know exactly what I want to draw. I think I was just gonna start with drawing Chugs first, as a I like to do like a warm up before I even get going on any other ideas. But as usual, if you have any ideas of something you might want like sketched, let me know. And then let me sharpen the old pencil here, and we can get going. I have a feeling later on in stream I'm gonna get so tired. So I told the crew this that I was just interviewing with, but I thought for sure like daylight savings had screwed up the time that like I needed to join in on the stream, and so I was like an hour early, and I woke up in an absolute panic. I was like, oh no, am I about to like miss this thing? And so I just like jolted out of bed at like 7 a.m. But if anything, that gave me the energy I needed. That was my alarm clock. One question: if somebody doesn't want to get the drawing, it's possible to send it digitally. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. If somebody does not want to get the drawing, yeah. Oh, I'll send it. No matter what, I send it to you digitally. No matter what, I always send it digitally, so I can actually use it. We can make an exception if I'm not. I have no idea if I can actually get it mailed out to me. That's okay, because sending things internationally is a cost, so I'm not opposed to that. I'm definitely fine with that. Maybe that's the exception, is if I don't send you the drawing, we like make it digital. We like actually make it digital. Ooh, does Grumpy Gary have potential? Well, we can do that. Let's how about for the first drawing we do Grumpy Gary and Chugs doing something together. And if anyone doesn't know who Gary is a character I used to draw in the Cattoonist days, way before Cool Cats, and he was essentially the grumpy, very grumpy version of Blue Cat. I couldn't get an acrylic print. Oh, that would be cool. Okay, so yeah, maybe we can make that happen. If like you don't get it sent digitally, or if I don't send you the physical, I can send you like maybe a spruced up digital version. Yes, I am a lefty. I am a lefty. Shout out to all the lefties out there. Shout out to all the lefties out there. So I'm gonna start by kind of like sketching the bones to Chugs here. So what might the interaction be between Chugs and Grumpy Cat? I'm like, I feel like Chugs should be doing something that, you know, like makes Gary grumpy. Like that. I'm also happy I got this new eraser finally. You're a lefty too? So whenever anyone asks that question, it's fun. I feel like I usually expect, I'm like, oh, they're probably a lefty too. Shout out to the lefties. One question I'll sometimes will have for that I feel like only left-handed people understand is, you know, you're like your whole life you pretty much use like right-handed scissors, and it does make a difference what hand you use it with. And I don't know if you've ever tried left-handed scissors, but it's kind of funny how, like, for me at least, it also doesn't work because you're so used to using scissors, like a right-handed pair of scissors with your left hand, that when you like use a correct pair, it's like the blades are like flipped now, and it just doesn't feel right. Yeah, I don't know if you need to. It's like at this point, I think because like we've gone through our whole lives with the the right-handed scissors, you just sort of adapt. And I think that's where that's the like strength of left-handers, is just having to adapt. The acrylic print would be best done with a fully digital drawing. So yeah. And so I might try to still add some of the sketch texture in there, because we'll see though, because that's sort of something I've been experimenting with behind the scenes. I've been drawing a lot, y'all. I think if anything, this the whole drawing with pencil thing has been really good for me, because it's like sort of made illustration, I'm trying to choose my words so it doesn't sound weird, but like I was about to say interesting again, because it's like a new challenge. It's like a new skill set I want to learn. I think the best way to explain it is like if you're into music and you've played like piano your whole life, but you're ready to go to like keyboard. Like you've played like a traditional piano and now you're going to like a keyboard that can do all sorts of different things. Maybe I'm doing the opposite of that, where I'm going back to like the acoustic version with pencils. But I've been really enjoying it because it's allowed me to do different things. Some of my friends are ambidextrous. Yeah, actually, I'm ambidextrous. Definitely with drawing. I mean, there's definitely left hand is usually better, but when it comes to like painting, I can paint with both hands easy peasy. I think it usually comes down to with being ambidextrous is it wrist movement or is it arm movement? If it's arm movement, I can do both. If it's wrist movement, I'm better with my left hand. And then there's some things I just don't do with my left hand either. Like I'm not like fully left-handed. Like I'm trying to think. Like I catch a ball and throw it normally, like how most people throw it. I use my computer mouse with my right hand. So it's always funny how that works. I always I've thought about that before, of like why. It went from 70 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday to snowing. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it got really hot in California for a second here, and then it cooled off. The one saving grace about California is that it can get really hot, but then at night it usually like gets cool, not cold. So you always have to bring like a daytime outfit and a nighttime outfit, because they're like two different layering. Always gotta bring a jacket, basically. So right now, I guess I'm just drawing Chugs. But I want him with the Grumpy Cat, although I didn't really prep this Chugs to be doing anything. He's sort of just standing there. But one thing I do want to try is shading him. Because Chugs is an interesting character to shade, since he's a box. Chugs painting. Oh, okay, wait. There we go. We can throw a paintbrush in his hand. His cow pattern on Gary. Okay, I'm into that. Thank you, words. Thank you for the idea. Let's do that. So, Mo, are you tired of the snow? Were you, like, excited for it to warm up again, and then the snow just sort of, put a damper on that? Because, man, I would love some snow. I would love some rain. So I'm experimenting here with the shading Chugs in. I think if I do that, I kind of need to add like a light layer to the front of it too. And then he doesn't have this line. So yeah, if you happen to be tuning into the stream for the first time or haven't been here in a little bit, I've been sketching more, and I've been just experimenting. Like each time I sketch, I'm also sort of trying out something new. Which is why I'm shading in chugs right now. Like, I've shaded in chugs before, but not with these pencils. And I just want to, like, see what happens, basically. It's actually relaxing to watch you draw. Hey, that's what I hope the stream can be, always. It's kind of why I keep the music kind of chill, and everything. Just so it's, like, a relaxing thing. It's very relaxing for me. Okay, what I just did to chugs, that's gotta go. I don't like that. Even though it kind of makes sense to give him like a pocket right there because he's a milk carton. Okay, so now we're gonna give him a little paintbrush and we're gonna paint our character Gary. And yeah. Yes, it's been too much snow and rain. Can't wait for the sun to stick around. Man, it's wild, like, just living in different parts of the world. Because I'm so the opposite. I'm like, it's constantly sunny here that I really want I really want sometimes I, like, want the gloom. Okay, so there's his little paintbrush. I can maybe think about giving him a little paint palette, too. And then let's also finish his shading. It's not really done yet. Alright, so we got little chugs there. Our little guy. And he's gonna be painting Gary, which we haven't drawn Gary I haven't drawn Gary in a long time. It's been quite some time since I've drawn Gary. Years even. It hasn't rained in weeks, and it's never snowed here. Yeah, Molter, you're in a very unique situation, living in like a tropical zone. I just recalled the Shadow Wolf days, playing boss level music. Yeah, man, we still have that somewhere. Shout out to Link. He always like finds the best like background gaming music for all the little experiences that we've made. Okay, so Gary, I'm gonna probably have to sketch this one out a little bit differently. Oops. Well, maybe zoom out too. Because Gary is basically Blue Cat, but just angry. And Gary's face even got like pretty much added into the Cool Cats collection. Okay, so I want him like hunched over, or maybe he's sitting down because Chugs is so tiny here. But I was thinking that he's got like a hunch. He's our grumpy cat. Okay. And I think he used to have a tail. Can't remember some of the characters. Some of them have tails, some of them don't. And Gary doesn't have clothes either. I forgot about that. He doesn't wear clothes. So I'm not doing it right now. and it's something I'm like trying to almost unlearn. But I can't help myself from drawing like an outline around the character. And it's like part of the reason I'm trying to get into sketching is because I really want to get better at not just drawing the outline and sort of like coloring within it. I really want to be able to use pencil as, you know, as the thing that creates the shapes and colors and everything. And so as you're going, the outline gets created versus doing it first. Obviously, you'll always need like some sort of under sketch, but it's like a tough thing for me to unlearn since I've just always been so like line weight focused. Yeah, Disney Alex won this year, and he got a Klon original drawing that I actually just posted recently. That's what I think I love most about the Klon original drawings is they just become things that I can post. All right, let's do his face here. He actually has like eyes though, like normal looking eyes, not like Blue Cat. And then he's gonna have a bunch of like, he doesn't normally have cow spots on him, but this is Chug's kind of painting on him. So we kind of want to make it look sloppy as well, because Chugs is all right at painting. He's getting into it. And maybe some like brush marks here and there. And then I guess, so Gary is gray. So let's try to actually get a gray color on him by just shading in like this. And then we can kind of add like the darker values after. I didn't play this year, had to let him win. Do you always win, Mo? I'm gonna be honest, I never keep up with the fantasy football league because it's a language I don't understand. And I always, because I have played fantasy football, but I always forget to keep up with it. Okay. So what I really want to do here is play around with shading and stuff. So I'm going to grab a pencil I can go a little darker. Nah. You just like the competitive nature. I might have gone a little too dark, but we'll see. Gotta kind of sketch lighter here. And sometimes if you go a little too dark, like I just did, you can go back in with a lighter one, sort of blend it all together. So I want this to look like a gradient, but it's a little, kind of like, I'm gonna smooth it out. Because I was shading in this way. I'm gonna shade in this way. And then the last thing I'll do is I think I've really enjoyed going back in and then doing that like outline with a pen. I've been really enjoying the gray pen that I've been using. Although I might use black because he's already so like gray. But I have this like, these like colors. But I have this like gray pen that I've been using. It's been fun to pair with pencil, basically. Let me rephrase that. Should I get... Oh wait, guys. Should I get chicken nuggets, chicken wings, or something else, along with shrimp fried? Yeah, we got an emote for that now. We got an emote for that one. Oh, it still doesn't... Wait. I'm about to refresh the chat that's above me. Hey, Mort, what's up over on YouTube? Welcome on in. I'm about to refresh the chat here. I'm gonna see if I want that cooking meme to show up. We have oh, I spelled it wrong. Cooking. Ah, it didn't show up. Dang. We have an emote, essentially when you like type in the correct word. It shows up there. Oh, but there's another one. You guys, Cozy Jeej. There's Cozy Jeej. You can't see it up. Dude, I don't understand how this works. But on Twitch, if you have the extension, this is actually an emote, not just a word. All right, let's add some outline to this. But we do have a Cozy Jeej now. I'm probably gonna redraw it. I've actually been drawing basically Jeej like over and over again with pencil. Because another thing I'm gonna try to get better at is drawing people. Pretty much only good at like cartoon characters. Of like animals. Gary's filled in. I'm gonna go back in with a really dark color, but not the pen. Are you a bone-in or boneless believer? I like both. I think there's an occasion for both. But when I say I want to go get wings, I want it with the bone. But I will say I do really enjoy boneless wings as well. I like some chicken nuggets. Alright, so this is supposed to be the paint on him. Probably would have been better if that was a color. But I'm just thinking the paint doesn't really go much further up on his leg because just Chugs can't reach that high, you know. Oh, Life, welcome on in. Boneless is preferred, just feels more like food and less like work. Oh, I'm a flats guy for sure. Yeah. If I'm eating bones and I am willing to pay a little bit more, I'm like, yeah, give me all flats, please. Yeah, I love flats. Do any of you eat flats where you just, because I don't do this, although I know how to do it, where you put like the entire wing in your mouth and you just like pull and it gets everything? Yeah, I think if I had to vote, I'm going bone in, because we're talking about wings. We're not talking about just like chicken. I think I'm gonna go bone in. All right. I also love adding the black outline around everything because it makes the shading feel better. Like, you can actually see the defining lines in all of this. And it gives you a second to correct your work, which is cool. Question 2, which sauce should I go for? Oh. Oh, that's a tough one. That depends where you live, I feel like, sometimes. Flats retain the moisture better, but I like a mix. I'll take a mix for sure of both. I've noticed that people who prefer bone-in wings usually have an issue with people... That's so true. Yeah, I totally agree, Life. It's like an elitist thing. People who eat with bone-in look down on the people who eat it boneless. That is for sure a thing. So if I'm just to answer that question, Moltra, I used to always get, and this is living in Atlanta where I feel like that has something to do with it because it was just popular there. I would always get like hot, like a buffalo hot. You know, just one that was hot and then one that was lemon pepper. And I liked the duo of them because the buffalo hot wing would have like more of a moisty or a saucy wing to it, whereas the lemon pepper was like a dry rub. And so I liked the combo of the two going back and forth, so it wasn't just like too much sauce, which I do get lost in sauce, but that might be my favorite, that might be my all-time favorite. Wait, what? That sounds nice. They do have lemon pepper, but not buffalo. Yeah, basically just a hot wing. I like just like a hot wing. Okay. Sorry, need to draw that last foot. Nice. So we drew these two together. I wish he had like a little beret on and he had like his like painter palette. I could probably add a painter palette to his hand, but we already outlined them. So good. That was supposed to be the warm-up today. So if anyone has any other ideas, I'm down to keep drawing. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna I might even roll the dice. That was something I might do is roll the old 8-sided dice here, and whatever character gets rolled, we just draw it. I don't even care like what the character is doing. I sort of just want to draw the character with pencil and shade it and see how that goes. Because we drew Gary, but we didn't draw Blue Cat. Also, it's just now hitting me. I'm sorry to do this, but between the last Twitter space or the X, whatever, the space that I was just on to now, did not use the restroom. So I apologize, but let me get up and use the restroom real quick. I sort of just went from one to the next and didn't have a little pause. So one sec, I'll be right back. All right. We are back at it again. Have you tried drawing one of your characters in an American... Oh, ooh. I think I need a reference to look at, but I'm down to do that. That's definitely an idea. Because, like, I don't know if you ever saw the blue cat I did. That's riding, like, an eagle, basically. It was for Inktober, but that one I tried... That's the closest to, like, me trying to do a traditional tattoo style. So I think I need to pull up a reference to that. Because I know what that looks like, but I also need some help. Joe's a pinup girl. It's funny, G's just got a new haircut and has like those kind of bangs. And it did kind of remind me of that. Which is funny because Joe's the character for Jeej. Let's see. Let me... Oh, I don't want a flash tattoo. I don't know how that word got added in there. Let's see. I'm looking for a good example here on ye old Google Images. Because oh, I know what I could do. Maybe. Okay, there's something there. This will be a challenge. I've definitely never have drawn something like this before. But I'm down. Because that's the whole point of today. And like, probably the next few streams. I'm just trying to challenge myself. So I feel like to do this correctly, Joe needs to be sitting on something. At least like, cause also what comes to mind is like that what's the, is it Neo tradition or Neo, like an atom bomb? Exactly. Basically what I was about to say was like Fallout, the Fallout advertisement when they first showed off the series. But basically what I'm thinking is Joe is gonna have some sort of bandana like around her head. And here, let me put this while I'm just explaining things so we have something on screen. Joe's gonna have like a bandana on, gonna have like bangs, basically. Some sort of, well, just keep the back the same, because it's basically a ponytail. And then one arm like down, sitting on something, one leg kind of like up, maybe even crossed legs. And then she could be holding something. Yeah. I don't know how good I'll be at making it look like a traditional tattoo, but I'm gonna try. Perhaps one hand holding a cocktail. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Yeah. That probably works. This reminds me of the Pinup Girls, Sailor Jerry's bottles. Spiced rum. Maybe I'll pull up that reference too. So let's see if she was to... Oh, I have an example here. I think so. I think this might work. If we go with the atom bomb approach, I'm cool with doing the atom bomb, but I'm like, what if there is something else? Or we could do like a country look, like with a lasso and stuff. I'm basically just looking at examples on Google Images. Or pirate look, Captain Morgan. Hey. Sorry, I love reading some names. So over on YouTube, what's up, some random guy? Could you make a soda Popinski from Punch Out? Man, I don't even know what that is. One sec. Oh, from Punch Out. I don't know why I read that as something else. We could draw him in a little bit. Oh my god, now it's all coming back to me. We're gonna draw one thing. Or do we draw like an astronaut? Lil atom bomb, baby. I figured you'd be down with that. Okay, well then let's get to it. Let's get to it. I think I have enough here, but let's zoom out. Another thing I'm trying to challenge myself with is drawing bigger. Because if anyone's chiming in for the first time, I'm notorious for drawing very small. Most of my drawings are itty bitty. And so I'm trying to get better at drawing bigger because that also lends itself well with drawing with pencil, is drawing bigger. So let's attempt this. Let's maybe get, I'm almost at the edge of my paper here, but let's real quick kind of get an atom bomb. I am referencing a drawing here, I just want to be transparent about that. I'm still gonna freehand it, but I am referencing something. So right now I'm trying to draw our atom bomb. I want to make sure this part's right. Sound to right there. Sorry, I'm all over the place. No. I love when y'all throw like ideas at me, basically. All right, so I actually need like this to like taper faster. We'll do this. There we go. To go like right there, and then I need I usually trace something and I'm like, shh, no one will tell. I actually did a lot of so one thing I did over just yesterday, I'm acting like it was over the weekend or something. So I've been wanting to get better at drawing like characters of people, and really the only references I like are like anime, because I think anime like can still stylize it in a cool way. So I was just tracing anime characters yesterday, and it was really, I like doing that, and this is always something I say for any artist out there, or anyone who wants to draw, is just to trace something, because you learn how much it takes to draw something like that, and you might like learn some things about why they do it a certain way, which was me. And it was fun. It was fun to do. And it did help me in a few ways. So probably going to be doing those. Like, I'm probably not even going to ever show them off on stream or post about them. Just like a pure like learning thing for me, a tool, if you will. Ayo, we got our first cheap views bot. Deny. Okay. Get out of here, cheap views bot. Okay, and then we need to draw the little tail to the atom bomb. And then we're gonna draw Joe sitting on top of this. But I kind of wanted to get the atom bomb part done, or like at least in a good spot, because then everything else kind of goes around that. And then there's none on this side, and then 2 rings right there, and then it has you know, there's our little atom bomb, and then you can kind of see like the back tail right there. I think that works. Oh, actually no, it doesn't work. Let's try this differently. Queue up Atom Bomb Baby by 5 stars. Dude, I just want to queue up all of maybe that is the theme today as we're drawing this. Let's queue up some Galaxy News Radio. With our host 3 Dog. Okay, so this is looking like it's in a good spot here to get going. Just wanted some sort of atom bomb sketch. Basically done. Oh, I got an idea. I'll just sing them. I'll just sing every song. We don't have to listen to them. It's a Klon's karaoke session. Okay. All right, there's our atom bomb. Yeah, is that a nuclear bomb? Yeah, we're drawing a, although, even though I have it like this, we might have to actually just, like, turn this. I realized I kind of want it positioned like that. So let's just zoom in a little bit, and now you have no context with the rest of the piece of paper. Dude, I love that song. Sometimes I'll wake up to that song. So, like, I always, when I make coffee in the morning, because I'm making espresso and it takes just a little bit more time, I always, like, put some sort of soundtrack on, and I gotta say, like, music from that era is a nice, like, wake up playlist. It's so calming. So the other thing I was trying to get is, where's the center point here? It's like right there. Okay. I had a feeling my little circle was off. Oh, that's better. That, or actually, it's funny, Ducks fan at one point suggested this, like, artist to me on stream, and I actually listened to that whole album, like, pretty frequently now in the mornings. It's, like, so calming. It's like music with no lyrics. It's just, like, pure instrumental. Okay, so I'm trying to... did I angle this too much? I really just feel like I angled it too much. So now we gotta draw Joe on here. And this is the tough part. This is the tough part. Is I bet it'd be such a good vinyl. Ooh, we used to have a vinyl. We used to have a turntable and a bunch of records. We still have the records, but with having a turntable, I feel like you need to have a good, like, speaker setup too, to, like, really get the maximum out of it. We used to have all of that, but ever since we moved to California, it just has never made sense to have it in our, like, itty bitty apartment. Okay, so this is probably gonna take some trial and error, knowing me, with getting Joe correct here. It's gonna probably take a little bit of trial and error, but it's okay. We get there. So boots are a big thing. I'm just trying to think about, like, we want the feet to kind of be, like, right here. Joe will be, like, sitting right there. Yeah, maybe a knee, the knees or something. Maybe one foot could be kicked out. Excuse me. One foot could be kicked out. Actually, Joe should probably be, like, leaning back a little bit. So let's, that's, you know, acting as the spine. But then we have one hand that's, like, reaching down. And then the crossed legs, but then Joe's head go right here. And then we'll have, like, you know, the cute little bandana. Kind of like Rosie the Riveter. I probably use it out. I'm trying to draw bigger, but also the other perk with drawing bigger is that because I get to zoom the camera out, it's probably like a sharper image on stream. Higher resolution. And it's funny because these are literally the bangs. Like, Jeej got their haircut yesterday. They're literally the bangs that Jeej has now. So they're probably gonna think I'm drawing them. We're gonna get rid of this line right here, right there. Maybe Joe's just like flexing. Like maybe it's a true reference to Rosie the Riveter. Might just have the eye like overlap the bandana. Cats of Duty, modern Joe Fair. Okay, Joe's head is looking a little weird here. I don't know how I should solve this. That helped a little bit. I just went a little bit wider there. And then let's draw Joe with like ripped off sleeves. Like some sort of like vest. And then the armband for Joe. Yeah, that's starting to look good. It's starting to look good. It's slowly coming together. Might need to get rid of this. I usually don't have... Usually my characters don't have a neck. I sort of just do that. And then, gotta go down. Oh, wait, I gave Joe sleeves. I need to... Joe can't be wearing just the Joe dress. I think we add some sort of collar here, even though I don't really have a neck. She's strong. Although, drawing Joe's wing, trying to draw that is really funny. I don't think I was successful right here. We'll just try this again. The only thing I don't like about these pencils are that they definitely leave a mark. Even if I draw lightly. Like, you can still totally see what's underneath there, but it's okay. And I probably should sharpen this pencil to get it better. Why is that cloud shaped like a mushroom? That's what the old thumb is for, right? Alright, maybe I'll, I think I can draw more. I need to see more of the face. Will help here. Each morning, a visionary advertises neon signs. We're definitely gonna draw the eyes like a lot cuter. Wait, you never put that together in Fallout? Wait, really? It's funny. Though, I mean, I will say the reason I definitely know now is the TV show. But yeah, it's like you could always tell if the cloud is smaller than your thumb, you don't have much to worry about. If it's bigger than your thumb, run. But you might be dead by that point anyways. And just when I thought Mojave knew it all, I got to tell him something new. Let's go. That's my accomplishment today. Cute. So if there's any yeah, anime Joe, exactly. If there's anything I've been learning recently, it's how to draw eyes. I really like how anime characters, how their eyes are drawn. I'm a big fan of it. There just is more like life in their eyes. Like, also, it just hit me. We got Gary over here, just like trying to get his way. You like him? Thank you.
Hey, yo, I'm Pulpa. Meow.
For anyone wondering, that is actually my cat Pulpa meowing. So I said I wouldn't show them off, but since we're talking about anime eyes, this is like sort of what I was getting at. So this is 100% traced. Do not be impressed. I traced this. I used a light table and just traced it. But I drew a Kane from Ranma, because I love this. So this has been drawn since the 80s, but the most recent Netflix adaptation of it, I just really love the look of it. So anyways, I wanted to trace it. And the main thing I learned here was how they did the eyes. And it's not new, it's anime eyes, but anime eyes are done in very different ways, in very subtle different ways. And I really want to get better at drawing eyes like Ranma in this. So this was a fun exercise to do, and this is why I always tell people trace things, because like now I've gotten better at drawing eyes and I understand it better, and like why they do certain things, where it ends, where it starts, all of that. So I as homework for myself, I've been tracing anime characters to get better. But we need to finish Joe here. We're looking pretty good so far. I will say the legs always seem to give me issues, so we're gonna hide most of the legs with some cool boots. So I can like kind of hide, because like Joe has bird legs, and they're just like sticks, essentially. Let's go ahead and erase some of this. I don't think we need this right now. Okay, that's where Joe is gonna be. If that onion ring, would y'all pick up? Yeah. But also that French fried, so. What's up, Flamingo? Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I kind of want to continue like the ripped off sleeve look, but I don't think we can make Joe's, because like the elbow would be right here. this is so tough. Maybe we don't do maybe we don't do what I'm attempting to do here. And maybe Joe is just waving. I might take the easy route here because I really like how this is turning out. I wanted the Rosie the Riveter look, but I'm not good at drawing muscles on a bird. That's the easy way out. I also drew it too big. Dang it. We'll just, we'll figure out a way to kind of hide some of the lines I erased. There we go. That's a much better looking wing right there. I let it go to voicemail, my mouth. My inbox is full. I've just had dinner. This will be a fun one to shade in. Okay. All right, we're in a good spot here. We're in a good spot. I like what we have so far. Good thing no one hears an onion. Ooh. Well, yeah, actually, so Moltra was asking the chat earlier, you know, are you a bone-in or a boneless wing enjoyer? And then I feel like a question after that is, do you guys like onion rings or french fries more? I feel like onion rings are more of a, like, more of a special occasion. Like, I don't get them all the time, but I do occasionally get them, and they're really good. Or I get them where I can have, like, a little bit of french fries and onion rings. I've never had wings because I'm picky with sauces. We're so the opposite. I'm like, let me try that sauce, let me try that sauce. I just love trying all the sauces. Oh, and Mojave, you recommended the green sriracha sauce from Chick-fil-A, and I tried that, and it was really good. Onion rings are a delicacy. That's how I feel about, like, I don't get them all the time because I feel like if you get them all the time, yeah, a good onion ring that's true, actually. So where french fries can generally just be good, like french fries are usually just good, onion rings can be bad. Rings can be really bad, but if you have a really good one, yeah, I think I think that's the best way to answer that question, Mojave. A good onion ring beats a french fry. But I love french fries, yeah. And I also think you have to like onions as well. If you're not like a big onion person, then you might not like onion rings. Surprise, surprise. Proximo, I'm thinking about how to make Bones a skeleton. Bones as a skeleton is an interesting thing. I think his giant claw has like no bones in it, actually. The bone structure of Bones. Interesting. What a concept here. I really want Jeej to see this drawing here. I wanted to add some little hair flare outs here and there. I don't know if that was a good choice or not. And I just drew the eye over the bandana because I realized after the fact that those were gonna collide. So you just put whatever's most important on top, usually, which is the eyes. So I'm just gonna throw that on the tippy top there. And then we can do the shading on the hair to make it look a little bit better. But I'm saving the shading for the last, which I really feel like is gonna like put this thing together. Last time I had one was a while ago. Where are you getting your onion rings? I don't get fast food only at most upscale. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah, you should try it at a good place. It does. I fully agree. It makes a difference. They're not all good. You can definitely have a bad onion ring, but then a good onion ring is like, if you're ever in LA, there's a hot dog stand that's been around for like a long time, like not 100 years, but maybe like 80 years. It's like a staple. It's called Pink's hot dogs. They have good onion rings. They know how to do it. Okay, so I want to draw some boots here. And I really need to do the boots justice. And I've been really enjoying drawing like cowboy boots because I love that they have this little dividing part right here. Like that. That boot might be in the wrong spot, and at this point, I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep it there. So then the next boot could be like there. Yeah. Thank you, some random guy. Thank you for watching while you have. This drawing took a little bit longer than I thought, but we can draw one of my characters as Popinski from Punch-Out. Trying to think of who would be the best one. See, Joe's legs, I'm still not always sure how to do it. Cause like that is the one main bird thing about her, is that she has bird like legs. So they're just like twigs, basically. Shout out YouTube viewer. Yeah, I'm so happy. I finally got my layout. It was a very easy solve. I just never thought to do it, and I hope it automatically works when I go live next time. But now I have it where it'll always be Twitch chat up here because I can moderate this. But I have YouTube and Twitter chat like separate as like two different text boxes, which is really nice. That way I'm no longer neglecting anyone on either platform. I can at least be the translator. Oh, I realized I did that part wrong. Let me, I don't know if that's quite looking right, but, oh, I know one thing I could do. That might help out here. I'll erase some of that. Because I really want it to be like the... Oh, maybe... That way we see some division in the legs right there by adding that like highlight spot right there. I have not been... Actually, I did go to KFC recently in Japan. I have not been to an American KFC in quite some time. Okay, that's how we're gonna do the bottom part of Joe. You know, we'll just keep it similar. Okay, I might need to... go like this. Front of it. Yeah, that kind of works. That kind of works. I know this is something I'd probably could spend a lot of time struggling on, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then start to shade it and make it look like more cohesive with the rest of the drawing. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Cause that's one thing I need to get better at, are poses. Alright, so we can start now which way should the sun be coming in from? Because that's kind of important here. I think we go for a sunlight from this area. That way we can add the shade, the highlight spots there, and then shade down this way. So let's get to the shading part. I think I drew everything I needed to draw here. We're just like a button or two. Cutie patootie Joe. Alright. Let me sharpen my pencil. Pub fries are the best fries, by the way. What's the difference of pub fries? Because, man, there's so many different types of French fries, too. Oh, also, Joe's gonna have black hair, by the way. I kind of didn't say that, but that's what's about to happen here. And I gotta add a curly Q in there somewhere. This is great so far. Yeah, cool. Thanks for the idea. I appreciate the idea. This has been fun to draw. This is what I was saying on that Spaces earlier today. I was like, my favorite part about the stream is I can wake up and genuinely not know what I'm gonna create today. And then we sort of just figure that out on stream and we draw something really cool. To make it dope. Oh, actually, that would be dope on a hoodie. Maybe Jeej can, we can do a test trial and have Jeej embroider this. Well, the good news, Life, is that I still need to owe you some merch. So if this is something you want on a hoodie, I could probably make that happen. At least just for you. Because at this point, I feel so bad about the merch package that I'm like, I think I'm just gonna ask Jeej. I'm like, hey, can we just create some like one-of-one merch for for everyone? Because I'm like, everything else is not, the logistics behind everything else are being really annoying right now. So I'm like, but I know someone who can just make merch, and we could get this done very quickly, opposed to waiting and waiting and waiting. So cute. All right, that looks dope. Pub fries are battered, so they have a crunchy exterior. Oh, well, I definitely love a crunchy outside fry with a nice... Honestly, no worries. The anticipation is building, so it'll be like Christmas when it comes. There's not a day that goes by where I feel terrible. I really do. So It will happen. It will happen. And it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be so much better than what it could have been. That's how at least what I keep telling myself, is that it's gonna be so much cooler. Okay. I also love this like black-haired Joe. Okay, and then she's gonna have just like a... I think I'm gonna go with plaid here. Maybe that's not the vibe. Instead of trying to go with your traditional bandana look, I'm just gonna go with something a little cute like that, and then we can color it red after the fact. New skincare routine unlocked. Taco Bell is doing wait. Dude, some of the stuff you inform us about, Mo, I like genuinely don't believe at first, but then I'm like, you know what? It's Taco Bell. It probably is a real thing. Wait, they're adding Baja Blast eye patches. Oh my god. Did you hear they're testing out edible sauce packets? No. Really? Well, that's interesting. They have caffeine in them? Oh no. That's crazy, actually. That's wild. Okay, Joe's looking great. Joe, unlike Blue Cat, probably does need to be filled in, like the red. Because sometimes with Blue Cat, when I sketch him with pencil, instead of trying to like color in the blue part, I just leave him blank. Because he's like a light blue. Whereas Joe, I feel like the red does need to be colored in, but I did this part a little too much. Okay, another thing I learned, and I hope I do it right, is adding like the shade line for the hair. It really makes a difference. It's like a subtle difference, but it makes a difference. And I might have done that one a little too. Maybe there's not enough. It's just a straight line, but when the hair is like kind of like in multiple, you like do the shadow for all of those, and it looks so good. I might need to extend this. There we go. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. Having extended it. Sent you a juicy text? Oh boy. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have read that text. But my mind is blown. Jacobe, my mind is blown. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that kind of changes some travel plans of mine. Later this year. God. You got to see my live reaction. Oh my gosh. Let's just keep drawing Joe here. Let's just put our minds on Joe here. Yeah. Oh no, I think we're still good. Because luckily, the first wedding. Oh wait, I think we already bought the tickets. We're already on the hook to come to Georgia because we already bought tickets that I don't think we can refund. So don't worry. I don't think that part has changed. I don't think that part has changed. Just to loop anyone in, I'm seeing Jakobe later this year. But one of the things we're going to is now canceled. Okay. I love this drawing, by the way. Shout out Life. Thank you for coming up with this idea. Shading part, I don't think I'm getting right. Gotta go to meeting. Yeah, thanks for dropping that. Thanks for dropping that bomb on me. I guess it's fitting for today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell Jeej. Oh my gosh. Okay. Jakobe just coming in the chat, dropping bombs. Okay, and then I want to fill in like the denim, yeah. I want to fill in the denim. I'm just I'm hesitant because I've already done all of this like shading. It's kind of nice to have one thing that's a little lighter, so I'm just gonna like the lightest possible shade on here so that you can visibly see that there's color there, but it's not just like blank white. And then we start to add the shading to it. Yeah, cute. And then the boots. So I can mute during. Actually, I said I was gonna look into that like months ago. That is something we can do on stream. And I feel like you're not the only one in that boat, Life. So. It's a good idea. I need to add that. I know plenty of streamers that have closed caption on their streams. It's not like a new concept or anything. I can make that happen. So obviously it'll probably be some sort of like AI tool, so it might not always be correct, and I feel like I'm not always the best at pronunciating either. I try to be. I should get a darker pencil at this point. Let me finish this. Alright. Well, Joe is looking like a cutie patootie. I might even outline Joe just to like put a bow on it. Oh man, it's so funny. Also, I think I've come to meet a lot of people who love to watch TV with captions on, and it doesn't bug me. It definitely is something that doesn't bug me unless it's a visually pleasing thing, like you want to see it uninterrupted. But the good thing with adding closed caption to the stream is you can turn them off. It is like up to the user to have them on. So that's why I think it could work. It does put them on by default, I think. So hopefully people understand that they can turn them off. But let's add some outlines here. I'm just gonna do the eyes like that at first because I'm not for sure if I want to color in the eyes totally black. I think that's the only thing I'm willing to do. Like the hair, I don't want to like just fill in with black pen. So I think it'd look great. It'd look like too contrasty if I did that. Just so I don't miss things. Oh, I agree. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones over. And I was like, all right, well, since I've seen this once, let me put captions on. And I really love watching Game of Thrones with captions on because they're spitting out names you've never heard before. And because I'm American, it's in an accent I'm not always used to. So it's like, I don't miss a beat by having them on. Oh, I colored in that black bit. Dang it. I did not mean to do that. It's okay. I think it still looks fine. Speaking of Dunkin' Egg. Oh! Wait, had an awesome action-packed second to... Second to last episode. Dude, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is amazing. God, it was so good. I'm so sad it was only like short episodes and 6 of them, but that 5th episode was so good. Like, probably one of my favorite medieval, 9 Kingdoms, probably one of my favorite medieval like action scenes of all time. And I don't even think I'm exaggerating that. Like, it felt so real. It just felt like how it might have looked back then. It just felt so real. And the way that they directed it was crazy. Big fan of that. So good. And that's why we're watching Game of Thrones over again. Jeed was like, oh, I just want to keep living in the world. I want to keep living in Westeros. Let's just watch Game of Thrones over. And it's been like years since we've watched it. So probably since the end of season 8. So we're watching it again. Was afraid to commit to longer. Yeah, after the backlash of not only Game of Thrones, but some of the backlash of House of the Dragon. Because I didn't really get into House of the Dragon. It just didn't have that spark to me that like kept me hooked. Whereas like I think what I loved about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms was that they started off with it just being so playful, and you immediately fall in love with the characters. But then they back it up with like eventually there's some like Game of Thrones level twists that happen. And that's what got me hooked. Well, I was hooked from the beginning, but it was that's what made me like excited about it. Because then you get to that 5th episode and you're like, oh my, the fact that they could fit that much storyline into a 30-minute episode was actually a masterpiece in my opinion. There's some really weird features. Yeah, that didn't go well. 100%. And like with watching Game of Thrones over, like I know it's gonna end the way it ends, but man, is the journey a lot of fun to get there. Like it's wild how many characters are introduced in like the first season who end up becoming like so important to the overall story. But in season 1 they're so insignificant. All right, so I really wanted to outline this just because I wanted to see Joe kind of like completed, and then we'll like kind of do the rest of the atom bomb. Was the thought process here. Nope. I didn't mean to color in her. I didn't mean to outline her like little armbands, but since I did it on that side, I might as well do it on this side. It's not the worst thing. I was trying to see how they looked, the little lines on her arms, if I didn't outline them, since it's technically just like a color on top. But she's looking adorable. The other reason I wanted to outline was because this little like forehead shadow that I put on her head looked a little weird at first, but I think it looks a lot better now that I've added some outlines. And I'm really debating if I color in the eyes black with pen. Haven't decided yet. All right, Joe for the most part is done. I'm gonna let that kind of dry with that, which actually, because I want this to like properly dry, because I'm about to like shade underneath it. Let's do polka dot today. I'm also looking for, where's my pen cap? Here it is. Wow, I'm loving how this is looking. Big fan. Let me before I forget. Add let me just add one bit here. There we go. This will also give us a sec to like not look at the drawing and come back to it with a fresh pair of eyes, because there might be something I want to change. Okay. All right. Time to dominate polka dot. I see another line I didn't draw. Wait. There we go. Was it? That was the last line, I think. Yeah. All right, let's pull up polka dot. I forgot to do it yesterday, off stream. Polka dot. If you've never been on this stream, we play polka dot. It's a little fun guessing game with Pokemon stuff, because we love Pokemon on the stream. So our first guess will be what was Marlboro? We had a Wheezing. We had a Wheezing run that we started, so let's start with Wheezing here. All right, it gave us little to no information. Wheezing was not a good guess. Not poison. It is a dual type. I guess we did learn that it's a dual type Pokemon. It's evolution stage 2, not fully evolved. So it is a middle Evo Pokemon that is not purple, cannot be found in a volcano or a city, and it's not Gen 1. So I think our next best bet is potentially guessing like a middle evolution starter Pokemon who is dual typing. And I don't want to do Combuskin because Combuskin probably could be found in a volcano. And then... oh, Corellia is a good guess. Yeah. Actually, Corellia... wait, is Corellia... so, Corellia in this context is only Psychic. So let's not do that. I don't remember if Marshtomp is water ground, if it gets the ground attribute. Yeah, that's my only reason with those two. But then Sceptile is just grass. Combuskin is fighting fire. So I'm okay with someone checking if Marshtomp is dual type or not, but I'm not gonna type it in because I am worried it's only water. Yeah, and I think we should guess a Gen 3 or a Gen 4 Pokemon. Gen 3 would give us the most amount of information, most likely. So, like... no, we don't cheat here. Yeah, okay. Live and die by the chat. So, if we're not gonna go with... we can find out information with not Lotad, but Lombre. Let's go with Lombre. So, Lombre is Gen 3. It's water grass, it's the evolution stage 2, and it's not fully evolved. I think that's enough. Let's go with... oh, what happened here? There we go. Let's go with Lombre. Oof. Ah, okay. So it is a Gen 2 Pokemon. And I guess we did learn a lot. It's not water, it's not grass, it's not poison. It's evolution stage 2. Not fully evolved, which now makes me think maybe it's a bird of some sort. It's not green, blue, purple, not found in the ocean, not found in the water, basically. So potentially a normal type too. Evo stage 2. So this should get easier because it's Gen 2. Gen 2 only has 100 Pokemon. I would guess the Evo to Hoppip, but no, that's just electric. But we know it's not grass. I was gonna guess the Evo before Mareep or whatever, the one after that, Amphi. I was about to guess that, but it can't be that. Who evos, man? And then the Gen 2 starters stay as a mono type the whole time. So it's not any of the starters. Do we have any, like, worm Pokemon? I'm a little stumped too, but I actually think this one's obtainable because it's only Gen 2. And there's not a lot to guess from Gen 2. Because we can pretty much rule out all legendaries. Even pseudo. Actually, wait. Maybe it is Pupitar. So I'm gonna put this one out there. Maybe it's Pupitar. It's potentially that because we haven't guessed any of those things yet. I don't know if he can be found on a volcano though. And then let's see, what else might there be? What else might there be? Right now, he's my best guess. And then, what else comes next? I wasn't even alive until Gen 4. Whoa. Oh, Spinarak. Oh, but he's not green. All right, let's go with Pupitar. I really hope Pupitar isn't considered purple. Let's Go! Got on the third try. Let's go. Also, Moltra, this isn't either making me feel old or you young, but when you said not alive until Gen 4, Gen 4 is when I was like, at that stage, like older. I fully understood Pokemon. Like, hell, I might have been around your age if I'm assuming correctly. So I think you mentioned it at one point. But I was in high school when Gen 4 came out, and that one I put so much time into because like I was just older. Let's go. All right, we got this one. 16, yeah, I think I would have been like 14 or 15. I'm trying to remember. That's gotta be Poliwrath, right? Yeah, that's Poliwrath. Boom. That one's too easy. Yeah, that's exactly the debate I had. It was like Wrath or Whirl. Wrath for sure. It was the hands going up, not out. Yeah, them angry brows too. Yeah. All right. Blank has a horn sharp enough to perforate thick iron sheets. It brings down its opponents by ramming into them horn first. Okay. That's either like Rhydon. Either Rhydon. Ooh, or Rhyperior. I forgot we have Rhyperior. Oh, dude, Rhyperior is so strong. We don't get him until Gen 4. So yeah, it's either Rhydon, Rhyhorn, or Rhyperior, and something makes me think it's Rhydon over Rhyhorn. Because he has like a nastier looking horn, and Rhyperior has the nastiest looking horn. Let's start with that. Okay, then let's do Rhyperior last. Okay, none of them. It's none of them. Okay. There's also Heracross. Okay. Horns. Rapidash has a horn. Brings down its opponents by ramming into them first. There's a chance we look at the hint, but not right now. Who else is horned up? Does Tauros have a horn? Oh yeah, Tauros. I mean, Tauros technically, yeah, it does have horns. For some reason, the whole time I'm thinking a singular horn. Oh no, I thought it was funny. I read that in a funny way. Who else is horned up? Who else has a horn? Now I'm stumped. I feel like these were all of my first options here. Well, I want to click that hint button so badly, but before we do, Gen 4 horn. Gen 4 horn. Who else has a horn? Who else has a horn? Alright, I'm gonna look at the hint. Steel Rock. Well, no, wait. Now, wait a minute. Steelix does not have a horn. Okay. Steel Rock. Steel Rock. Isn't there... What's the shield guy? But he would be about shield. So it's Steel Rock. Glad I looked at that. So Steel Rock. There's not a lot of Steel Rock Pokemon. There's oh Aggron. It's 100% Aggron. If it's not Aggron, it's one of the other ones. Yeah, okay, that one made sense. That one made a lot of sense, actually. I think we could have gotten that one on the first try if I was thinking better there. It makes sense. He cuts into steel. He is steel. He has two horns. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That one made sense. That one made sense. We were stumped, but... Oh my god, this is so easy. It's also funny to see this, like, super close up. This one's easy. I do kind of hate when this one's easy. Iron Sheets. Yeah, it should have given us a bigger clue. Yeah. Alright, well, we did obtain. I love that we're, like, filling out a Pokedex here. I like that that's a thing. And I'm glad it, like, retroactively gave us, ones that we've done. So we've got Ho-Oh. Can I be Ho-Oh? Right now we're Shuckle, which I don't mind. But I love that we're filling out a Pokedex. This just feels like the spirit. Oh, we have Deoxys? Oh, let's go. When did we get Deoxys? Must have been... Oh, there's different emotions you can get, too. We have worried Rayquaza. Pain. Worried pain. Oh, Piplup's adorable. Man, it's kind of crazy that so all of these little like pictures that we're looking at are from Mystery Dungeon. It's kind of amazing that they made all generations with like Mystery Dungeon emotions and stuff. That is not an easy task. Not an easy task. Okay, good stuff today though. Good stuff today. Gotta walk the pup. Sounds good. I actually might need to use the restroom. Lemon pepper chicken with the spicy. Yeah, see that's so they do at least in Atlanta. It's not exclusive to Atlanta. They would do a lemon pepper mixed with like a hot sauce, and it was so good. It was so good. The wings in LA, I have not found a good place in LA. I've not found something that feels as good as Georgia did it. But I almost think that I might be biased, but I just feel like the South does it differently. Actually, I am gonna go use the restroom real quick. Sorry to do this again. I'm just gonna run those ads now, so we have more time without ads. But I do need to go. Be right back. Oh, I clicked snooze. Not there we go. Let's run this. Oh, Pays Garo. Yeah. We'll just look at Joe for now. Let me put a pencil. Ooh, all right. I think we need an emote. It's so funny that you said that. I literally was thinking about that when I was over there. I was like, we need an emote for that. All right, so we're gonna shade in the atom bomb, and then yeah, this is a solid drawing. This is what I want to do more of on stream. Is just like a solid drawing, one that takes a little bit of time but maximum result. It's gonna take some time. Can't get these pencils out anymore. So I'm trying to think about how I want to angle this, because also it's funny always having like a drawing look this cool, and like not saying this is a bad drawing, but just like a simple one. It's like these are on the same page together. I've been angling it like this the whole time. But we just have Gary in the corner. I can't get rid of him. He's just that kind of guy that lurks, and he just never goes away, this Gary guy. I think I still have my reference of what I originally was going off of. So it goes red, yellow, green, yellow. I'm just tracing. I mean, not tracing. I'm just referencing something. He said the native population is... I now want to listen to all that music. Alright, so the yellow I'm going to leave uncolored. And then this is just black. Alright, this is where I really need to start leveraging my pencils. And coloring it, yeah, or... Because, like... It still matters to a degree, the colors. Like, even if we just break down Joe, is like, that's acting as red, this is acting as denim. These boots are gonna be a color, a light color. And then the hair is like dark, you know? And so with this, similar thing is like, since yellow will be the lightest color, we should probably leave that one untouched. And then the green. But I picked out a 10B. And we're gonna try, because this needs to be like black. This needs to be like very sharply colored in. And then actually to just kind of continue this process, instead of sketching more, I might scan this in and then we give it a little bit of color underneath it. I really want to see, like, I really want to figure out my way of doing that. And it could be as simple as just scanning it in, coloring it, but there might be some additional treatment that we can do. That's sort of what I want to figure out. Nuclear Bob, yeah, exactly. Let me get this back up. And then it goes, oh, we do have a little bit of, let me get a different shade now. Using an 8. Oh. So this is representing green right now. Because I added the, so far the only thing we've scanned in and really colored digitally. When is the Cool Cats coloring page coming out? I know. It needs to come out. And I feel like I've never done a coloring stream because I do enjoy coloring, but I suck at coloring accurately. And that's something I would love to get better with. Because, like, and actually learn some color theory. Because I think I did it one time where I allowed someone to take my drawing and color it. And they just made my drawing look so much cooler. But what was I gonna say right before that? Oh, that's what it was. It's the cozy Jeej. The cozy Jeej emote. We all want to do that. See, that's why we need to make it happen. I mean, a lot of my stuff is scanned in, so. And the thing is, we can most likely put this, like, on an app as well for anyone who, like, might not have the tools to be able to digitally color something. Potentially. I don't know. Where you just have to go on a website and then you can, like, color in, even with just a mouse. The printing part is not an impossible thing to get done. It does require more work, though. I'm still using stupid. All right, it's getting there. It's getting there. Photopia. Yeah, that's what we should call it. Honestly. It's a great name. Okay, this is the part where I just need to, like, whenever you have to color in, like, a large area with pencil, it's mostly about staying consistent. Oh, I wrote that as, like, Cooltopia but Photopia. It's a free version of Photoshop. That's cool. There's a new one. It's called Krita. It's one I'm trying to think about. I'm debating on using. The problem is, like, I have no reason to really not use Photoshop. You know, it's the software I know the most. I'm already paying for it. I think Adobe has me for the rest of my life. Potentially. Just because I love it for graphic design things as well. And I think if you were ever to get an Adobe subscription and actually pay for it, in my opinion, you need to be at least using like 4 to 5 of those programs for it to be worth it. And at this point, I think I'm only using 3 of them on a semi-normal basis. It's like I'm always using Photoshop, #1. Then I'm using Illustrator. And then I still like to use After Effects. And there's really not a good After Effects replacement either. At least I don't know of one. Where you can really just animate graphics and stuff. And I should be using After Effects more with my illustrations. it works really well with Photoshop. And like PNGs. Because I'm not trying to animate with vector. I honestly don't think I'm ever going to really get into vector illustration. It doesn't excite me. I think I'm going to outline the atom bomb first, and then I'm going to go back in and shade more. Let me get a glass of water real quick. Yeah, most of my work is in Illustrator and InDesign. Yeah. InDesign is one I used to use a lot more of, and I still have a special place in my heart for InDesign. Yeah, hydrate like the fish, so you can dunk like a fish. Agreed. Because like InDesign to me was one of the ones. Was one of the softwares that when I first started using it in school, because we started learning in school how to use it, I hated it. I hated that program. And then I started to learn it, and I quickly began to love that program. Also, Cookies, welcome on in over on YouTube. Sorry, I'm just now seeing your comment. Not sure when it came in. Yeah, it handles large data sets, and like, what I love so much about it that I wish Photoshop had more of was like master text, like master styles, basically, where you can just like apply a master style to everything and it just works all at once. Like, so cool. I wish I could do that with colors. Like, I bet Illustrator could do it, but where I essentially select like a color swatch and I don't stray from the color swatch, and I start coloring in a bunch of things, and I decide like, oh, I want to change all reds on the page. But now that I say this out loud, it is kind of there in a different way. And it was when Tim came into chat and absolutely like blew my mind on things I didn't know about Photoshop that were so like obviously there that I just overlooked for over 10 years. But you can use the paint bucket tool in that sense with color of like, all right, color this red and any other red on the page, boom, like all at once. I was never using that before. But now I am. Now I use it all the time. So, but there's something about how InDesign treats it where it's all like on a nice list for you. I've also started using Figma a lot more. The shading looks great. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna shade more of the bomb in. I just wanted to add the outline first. I think that might help me out. Nice. Get some of that nice detail here. Oops. I might just erase. That line didn't turn out as good. I'll let it dry and I'll come back to that. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a little bit of that behind there that I need to shade in. Sigma? No, Ligma. What's Ligma, you say? But no, actually, on a serious note, Figma is a very cool, what started off as mostly a website development tool, has turned into this really cool, like, I kind of like it more than Illustrator at times, but like a vector tool. Like, usually anytime I have a graphic that I need to make for anything but like Cool Cats, like a promo thing, static image, I usually make it in Figma at this point. Ooh, I just started itching. All right, now we shade in a little bit more. Ooh, we're gonna let that dry, or else I'm gonna smear. I think I'm gonna get started on this side. I'm just gonna erase that. Fun drawing today. Okay. Instead of swipe, I'm not gonna swipe the little bits off yet. Little eraser thing. So I think I'm gonna draw at the very least, like where I think that line should go. You know? We're just gonna start shading that in. And then I'm gonna take a darker one here, so it's going in the opposite direction. Yeah, something like that. And then this needs to get shaded in. That's in the back. Okay, I think I'm just gonna scan this in. I think I'm just gonna scan this in and let's start coloring it underneath. And unfortunately, I have to scan things out at 1200 DPI, which takes a long time. Honestly, I need to wait to do a Pokédoll when we do that. So we might actually do the other Pokédoll or like the Smashdoll or something. Because I gotta scan at that size now, but it just takes forever. It just takes forever. add like a little bit of a highlight to there. Oh, I guess I'm not quite done. Lore accurate Ella Purnell. Yeah, totally. I do think I'm gonna start drawing Joe's eyes a little bit more like this now. I just want to upgrade how I draw eyes. I mean, Blue Cat's the exception. Actually, a lot of them are the exception, but I just want to upgrade my style. I'm starting to feel very like jealous and inspired by other artists, and I'm like, I just want to draw like you. Like, there's so many videos on Instagram of artists who draw how I want to draw. So I'm just gonna make it my goal to learn slowly how to do that. Mostly when it comes to color, like, man, there's these really cool acrylic paint brushes that you can get that people can create some really cool scenes with. But then I also have to remind myself, like, I am a character artist first and always want to be a character artist. So while it is cool learning how to do all these backgrounds and stuff, I care more about the character itself. I need to keep it that way. Because that's where I can at least separate myself a little bit. Or just creating characters. Okay. Let's scan that in. Scan that. Putting the pencils down. Probably the last thing. This is the last thing we like sketch, but we're about to color it. It should be an easy thing to color. Very cool though. I think Jeej is actually gonna love this. I hope so. All right. All right. Time to scan at the highest DPI setting possible. Yo, Jeej! I know. Where you at, Jeej? I guess let's get a... I don't really have... Someone should give me... Yeah, we could put a Gamba together just for you. Let me... I'm gonna disconnect the camera. The image is about to freeze. Yeah. Alright, but more importantly, let me get this thing started on scanning. Hi JL, what's up? Thank you so much. Yeah, it was Life's idea to do like a pinup Joe, and then that sort of evolved into what we just saw. It was like doing the atom bomb like styled one, and we're scanning it in now. So I'm gonna keep working on it and coloring it, because that might be something we put on a hoodie actually. This camera's hot. Oh my gosh. It's like really hot. And so to eat up time, because now with doing these pencil sketch, war never looks so cute. Yeah. War never changes. Also to keep it in the theme of Fallout. But because of these sketches that I'm doing, and let me wait. Need my laptop if we're gonna do anything digital. Because of these pencil drawings, I have to scan at a higher DPI, but it straight up takes like 7 to 10 minutes to scan. So when I get set up while we're doing this, and also potentially play another round of Pokedol, because we gotta eat up time. But at the very least, I can get the digital stream. very least get that set up. Not there. All right. Cool. All right, that actually worked much quicker than I thought. Nice. It feels so good to have my whole stream drawing set up kind of in a place that just everything kind of snaps together. So we got this frog to look at, which didn't we color this frog? Yeah, we colored him. I kind of like him uncolored. That's the thing. What if we so we should pivot this way. Can we transfer coins? I wish. The only way you could transfer coins is by me setting up a gamba, and everyone would have to be respectable and only let those two people gamba on it. I'm gonna try. What is it? I kind of like if I just like drop the color opacity a little bit. Looks a little nicer. But then I was wondering if because we double layered this one. I wanted it. What if we triple layer it? Oh, I'm not on gotta change scene. Okay. What if we triple layer it and then quadruple layer it? Oh. I do like the triple layer though. It's essentially just like stacking the illustration on top of itself. That's where it was at, and it's obviously nothing. So if you didn't see the stream on Tuesday, we drew the frog. And these were all drawings I had ahead of time. Well, not ahead of time. Over the weekend, I kept just experimenting with the different pencils and using pen and here and there. So I was just drawing basically whatever my friend recommended to me. Narwhal. And we got the mushroom guy, which I don't like the mushroom guy as much because the color seems like a little too sharp for what it needs to be. You like the narwhal? Yeah, he's great. Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesday. And then we got the lobster, which I love. Yeah, so I like the mushroom. I just think the coloring needs to be like... Let me try something. This is a real experiment that might not work. But what if I put a filter on this? Oh, I might need to flatten it. What if you put a filter? What if you added like a Gaussian blur to this? But not that extreme. It's kind of like a little fuzzy. Nah, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Oh, that looks crazy. Narwhal needs to be a sticker or shirt for sure. He's my spirit animal. We should try to redo the mushroom guy. Yeah, like I need to find like a different, which I should have the brushes to it. Just like a different coloring brush. Oh, the scanner might be done. Oh, come on, please be done. Okay, I was wrong. Scanner is not done. Oh! Hello? Scanner? Please don't make me do this again. Okay. We're good. We're in there. We're in there with Joe. Let's go. Cool. Because I do want to just color something. I want to color this Joe. I'm very excited about it. Then let's get that Joe. Over here is my Dropbox on. Nope. Nope. Alright. Uh-oh, my mouse is about to die. Ruh-roh. Right, let's at least do that. Let me charge this mouse. Man, the only reason I want to get a new phone, Android or Apple, is I just want my phone to be USB-C. I love just having one USB-C cord and it sort of just charges anything I need to in the moment. Except for my phone. That's the annoying part. So we need to take this Joe quick. copy her over to, I think this is, she's a little too big. I didn't want to shrink her down. It took you way too long to get to a one charger for all situation. With me explaining it or just in my life. I only use MagSafe chargers. Really, I feel like MagSafe charges so slowly that I don't like using it. Let's shrink her down. It's gigantic in the first place. Or maybe I should, like, I don't know. Maybe I should just, instead of doing it this way, just using this and then cropping it down. 1:1 ratio. That to a square. Rotate it. It needs to be like that. One charger for all. Yeah, it's. I used to be Android. I'm still in a way Team Android, but I use Apple because it is easier. I have an OtterBox one that's pretty quick. Oh, wow. I haven't thought about OtterBox in forever. I just haven't had to think about oh, dang it. I just haven't had to think about anything with my phone. This is the first time. I used to be so about new phones. I used to always want the newest phone. And then out of nowhere, that sort of just changed. And now it's just like, I don't know when I'm gonna get a new phone. The only reason I want to get a new phone is for the charger. There's just not, I just don't use my phone that much anymore. I've like purposely been trying to get my screen time down per week as much as possible. It's like a new goal of mine. So I just don't use my phone anymore. Like I straight up could have a flip phone again and be very content. I don't really need to use anything on my phone at this point. It doesn't benefit me at all. And that's sort of what I did this weekend. I just put my phone away and just was sketching away. Hell, that's what I did yesterday too. I've just been putting my phone away. And because I'm doing that, I'm drawing more. Surprise! Surprise! When you get rid of the thing that eats up all your time, you have more time for other stuff. I'm just using my iPhone 14 to like, yeah, I'm on iPhone 13. And I'm just using it until I do get fed up with not having a USB-C charger. That's like like I said, it's the only reason I want to update. But man, I used to be about new phones. Okay, let's start there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go back to. I guess I don't really need to do it. I'm gonna experiment again. Today is about experimenting. We're gonna try doing the eraser tool thing, or you go like this. Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. It's pretty good with erasing all the white. That worked out pretty well. So what does it look like with... Yeah, I feel like we didn't lose anything there. Oh, nice. Success. But I might do the layers thing, or the levels thing. I might just kind of make it a little bit more black. Oh, really nothing's happening here. Huh. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see what's changing. Not hard. Let me try. Let me redo this. Oh, really nothing is changing. Let me do the threshold thing. I don't think that's gonna work, but ever since you told me about that, Mo, I've been like popping out threshold and just sort of seeing what happens. Huh. Really nothing is happening. Okay, and then what if we duplicate that? Then it gets darker. Yeah, I feel like I want it to look more like that. Okay. Let's do that. Hell, I might even... Let's duplicate these, not keep it this way. Let's get rid of one of them. Let's combine two of them. And then this is our new, we're gonna put a multiply on that and then start coloring under. All right. Joe Bomb Baby. All right, then we start coloring, and we have all the colors for Joe, so let's get that out. All right, let's get to it. I know someone who uses an iPhone 8 because they don't like ever, yeah, they don't like to use their devices. Yeah, no, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, getting off your phone is huge. Yeah, Threshold. I've been using Threshold more and more. It's obviously not for everything, but I like to experiment with it and see what happens. Blue. All right, we got red. Here we go. Yeah, we need it for one color, exactly. And like this sort of is and isn't one color. You know what I mean? But it's interesting. I haven't definitely with like getting the line work. I just don't know, like, obviously when you zoom in, some of this gets a little, like, crunchy looking. With how much, like, sketch texture there is. But I'm, like, honestly trying to lean into that in a way. Like, the sketchiness. And allow the sketchiness to be the shading of the drawing. Crunchiness, yeah, exactly. I love how there's an emote for talking about that. Who doesn't love a good old crunchy sketch? I love that cat, by the way. That internet cat. So good. Actually, I might need to do a little delicate here. That kind of doesn't map out the way it should. And I might go in and start like erasing the actual sketch in some areas. Cause like I'm gonna post it. Oh, actually I can't. Basically, if you type in Cozy Jeej to get the emote, that emote is literally the first time I put like a sketch drawing as an emote, and it is interesting to see it as an emote. I have like critiques about it, but it's interesting. Yeah, now that I left the eyes uncolored, because I said I was gonna potentially like use the ink, the black ink pen color in the eyes. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because now we could like use a different color here. Like, what if we took the same red as Joe but made it like a lot darker, and then we color in her eyes this way. Now she actually has like color to her eyes. And we can always change that color too. Yeah, that's pretty cute. One thing, it's bugging me right now, so let me get rid of it. Just gotta be careful. That. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. And then what I realized last time is when I erase, if I go at like a 50% opacity, it's like a nicer way to like kind of get rid of the sketchiness, but you're not like totally erasing it. Cute. Okay. If you had to go to Subway, which cookie? Oh, cookie. I don't think I've ever grabbed a cookie from Subway. Do they have brownies? Just I'll go with the easiest, safest option, chocolate chip. Yeah, chocolate chip. Yeah, it's safest option. Although, I gotta say, I did not like them as a kid. But oatmeal raisin cookies, I've started to really like. They really grew on me. I used to hate them. That definitely was like, if you got an assortment of cookies, that's the one I'm picking around. But now I really like them. You can give me your oatmeal raisin cookies if you hate them. That's what sharing is for. I'm trying to make her eyes like perfect white. I always go for the raspberry cheesecake cookie. Ooh. That sounds good. Block it. They're not as sweet. The others are sugar held together with sugar, yeah. That is basically, that's a great way to describe a cookie. Alright, cool. I made her eyes like perfect white. Because it was that and like this up here. Although this one I want to use an opacity for, so let's go with 50%. And we're just gonna like try to make this a little bit lighter. We go agane. Just brighten that up a little bit. I also need to get better at shine on hairs. On hair. Let me actually redo that. I might keep it like that now. I actually don't think that helps. Hey, Mogor, welcome on in. Welcome. We are coloring in a sketch that we did today. And I'm also, right now, I might be going in too much into the weeds of trying to clean up. We're not even there yet. I should probably save the cleanup for the end. Sometimes I can't help myself. I like the cleanup process. It's so satisfying. Alright, let's I'm gonna move on from the cleanup process. So let's continue to color in Joe here. Who doesn't love... We're talking about food again? Yeah. I feel like we're always talking about food. I rarely eat Subway, same. I used to eat Subway a lot. It just, it starts to become around lunchtime. And I feel like we all just start talking about food. For eating my sandwich next to him? Oh my god. I didn't read the rest of that one yet. Well, Mogor, what's your favorite food to get? Doesn't have to be fast food, obviously. And it doesn't have to be your favorite, but what's a food you enjoy? For me, it's like, give me anything that has chicken in it, and I probably will like it. Okay. Oh, wait. I do have a color. This will be a good denim color. Denim, denim, denim. Chicken! All our food is blowing up. I guess right now I'd say Vietnamese food, but my gears are grinding. It's always, I swear, it's always a tough question when you get asked your like favorite. So I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Did not mean to put you on the spot. So cute. I really like this drawing. Came together. She's just the atom bomb baby. What color should we make her headband? Because typically I would make that a red color, but because she's so red already, I feel like we gotta choose a different color. And then for her hair, for right now, I'm gonna experiment with what does her hair. I don't think I'm gonna like this. What if her hair was dark? Can the cats ever go on one stream without mentioning food? No, it's impossible. It's impossible to not mention food. I'm gonna use the same color as her eyes, but then I'm gonna go a shade even darker than that. We're gonna put this on its own layer. Let me name hair. And wow! I saw some changes in Cooltopia today. Yeah, we are working on it more regularly. Mostly Link is working on it more regularly, and I'm trying to provide assets where I can. And it's also browser based. Gonna be at least. Forget where we're at with that. That way it's easier to use the app. You can like use it on your computer, so you don't have to download Telegram. Yeah, well, I saw some good assets. Yeah, another thing that we could potentially do on stream is I really want to make game covers for all the little mini games in there. Something simple, but like just something. That way when you're viewing like the little mini game library, each thing has something different. I was outside in my backyard trying to wrangle my cat back inside the whole time. Guy went on an adventure. Dude, cats, am I right? Cats. I just love... their curiosity truly does get the best of them. How's Coffee Game coming along? That one, unfortunately, is not coming along that well. Because the people we were working with to get a lot of those assets straight up ghosted us and have not contacted us since. So it's become a different challenge now. Seems to be the case for Cool Cats. People love to ghost us when we start working with them. It's a little bit frustrating. It's frustrating that it's happened like so many times. Oh, Jeej is in chat. Yeah. So Jeej, this is not at all inspired by the haircut you just got, but I definitely kind of forced it in there. I think this hair is too dark, by the way. I'm gonna like punch it down a little bit in brightness, but I just want to get it colored so that we can play around with it. But I do think we're gonna like change the color of the hair here. A little too dark, and it might not need to be red either. Oh cool, now Jeej, you can answer the question of what color should these boots be? Although when I zoom out, it's not that bad. So I was thinking is like we could even just like lower the opacity a little bit. Yeah, so you get some of that sketchiness underneath it. This is a sketchy stream after all. Praise Jesus. So I need a color rec for the boots and the bandana. But let's continue coloring in Joe here. Were these boots made for walking? Yes. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. Okay, now let's color in the... While we're waiting on options here, light yellow would pop on the Dana. Actually, you're probably right. You're probably right. That would probably pop. With all this red. And there's gonna be yellow on the bomb, so we get to like tie a color together too. Let's stick with this for right now, because this probably will be the color, and it kind of lends itself well to that like plaid look right now. And then basically we can go back down to the bomb. Let me name it bomb, because on the bomb. This is going to be yellow. This part's going to be yellow. I think this. That. Actually, both of these things are going to be yellow. The one underneath is also yellow. Off-white, cross like plaid. Ooh. Just realized how small this nuke is. Yeah, it's a mini nuke. It's a mini nuke for the is it Fat Man, right? Mojave? The nuke launcher is called Fat Man. I'm pretty sure. Been a while actually. Yeah, the Fat Man? Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, before I just say that, which I did, it's literally my hairstyle. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, this is actually how Jeej looks right now. Legit. And I think you even wore, like, that outfit when you came home. I think that's what inspired it. Oh, I love when the color comes together. I was wearing, yeah, you're wearing your denim vest, exactly. Yeah, unless they see you tomorrow. I can't wait for my haircut, let me tell you. Yeah, once we started adding that in, it started to look so good. I'm really happy to be coloring in a drawing that we actually took time on, because all of the drawings that like that I showed off for like the narwhal, the mushroom, like whatever, even the cozy Jeej emote. Those were all relatively like quick drawings, but this one took a little bit more thought and time, and it's cool to color that in, because I feel like it's really coming together well. Oh wait, this isn't green. This isn't green. This is red. I guess we use the same red. Put that in. Go back to. Yeah. Although, what does this look like green? I guess it should be red. Could be a different shade of red. Yeah, or maybe the hair darker. So now we can go back to that. So I already dropped the opacity on the hair. So if we go up again, we can go like that. I think it could have gone a little bit darker, like you said. And so we still have the boots. And right now I'm thinking the boots could be pink. I don't think they should be yellow. I think the yellow is like complete. We got the yellow on the bottom, the yellow on the head. I think that's like a nice combo right there. And so the boots, oh, the other thing we need to do, which let me do this on its own layer too, is these are technically Joe's like legs right here. But let me color that in with what would be the outline color, that like navy. And then I'm gonna drop the opacity so you get some of the sketch in there. You really need to see that highlight on her knee. Those are her legs, so. Oh, he meant the front of the red. I actually don't mind the hair going darker either, but let's go to like, I was at 66. I'm gonna go to 75. And then the red on the front, use, if anything, maybe we use this red. Maybe something in between. So that's what I shouldn't have done it this way. So that's where it was, and this is where it could go. Something in between those two colors. Yeah. Maybe something opposite side of the spectrum. Okay, close. One more, just one more tiny bit up. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for me. And then what was the layer I just did the legs on? Whatever layer I just did the legs on, let me do that right here with the black part too. Fill that in, because that just needs to be dark. It seems to be a very dark spot on the. I kind of like the boots uncolored, but let's all right, dark. That's the hair layer. Bandana. Eyes. Also with the eyes, let me I want to color in the bottom. Yeah, oh, it's gonna look so good. Cute, cute. And then the boots. The boots. What is this color? Oh, just Joe. Boots. let's just start with this pink and then let's go from there. Let's we can adjust from there. They keep thinking the boots could be pink. Actually, they could just be like a tan. We could go for a neutral color too. But that might not be fabulous enough. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it works. Definitely works. But then we could do if we wanted. I was not thinking blue boots. We do this whole thing, sort of like. So we could go for a neutral color, which would be somewhere around here. Okay. That's interesting. Let me back up real quick. I have a good neutral color over here. Although this is more of just a straight up tan. Let's do contiguous off. Boom. Now they yeah, maybe we go with the neutral color. There's already so much color happening that it's nice to do something that doesn't have much on it. And then we could also we could actually do the reverse. Let me just do that real quick. That might be too dark, at least for me. I'm interested in anyone who's not colorblind answering if that's too dark or not. Add in that part. Maybe just like a little bit lighter than this. Like it's on the right track, but could be a little bit lighter. Yeah. Or we go back to a color, something, or like the lighter version of that. And so while we think on that one, there's a lot of cleanup left to do. While we think about that one. I do want to clean up the edges here. Color brings so much life to something. I like the tan leather look. Yeah, I think I do too, just because there's so much color. And it's like, we don't want the colors to compete with each other. Yeah, color does bring so much life to something. It's also like, sometimes I feel like when you're looking at the sketch, there might be things that like the reason I like adding an outline sometimes, it really just like connects the dots and makes it less like, how am I trying to say it? It makes it just easier to see, basically. It makes it a lot easier to like see what the image is, and then the color just reinforces that. This is the tedious part, but I think will help out a lot by getting rid of it. And then let me try out something. We're clearing this. Let's do it at a lower opacity. It's getting rid of some of this, but not completely. Lighter. Yeah, that way it just feels a little bit brighter. Yeah. But not all the way. I think it does need to get a little bit darker there. And then I also wanted to come back to hair layer. It's overlapping in a way I don't like. Yeah, that'll do. But we're not done with the outline. And there might be easier ways to clean up the line work, like how I'm doing. But it's sort of the part of the process I really enjoy, is like the cleanup. It's tedious, but it's really satisfying. Oh, see some bleed. Actually, let me do that right now. We have not checked. There are probably areas in this drawing that I have not painted in the white, and we need to. So, color overlay. Yep. Just as I suspected. Just as I thought. Let me, before I go any further and forget. Just as I suspected. Rookie mistake, forgetting. I love cleaning up. Yeah, same. It's so satisfying. So satisfying. Oh, man. Oh, for the hair? Actually, for the hair, I need to completely fill this in because we're using an opacity. If we don't have anything under that opacity, it's not gonna look good. Paint bucket. I forgot to fill in somewhere. What? Where is it not connecting? All right, well, we're just gonna color in this one. Where is it not connecting? Blue streaks, yeah. Oh, again. Like, I don't understand where I didn't connect these pieces. What? Oh, it's the contiguous. Okay. Sorry, I figured it out. Okay. I was like, what is going on? I'm going a little crazy right now. A little crazy. Okay, now we can't forget about down here. Okay, so now we have a nice looking like PNG. Still need to clean up the line work, but it looks good on a background color too. But let's take this one step further. Let's make it a gradient background. I'll pick, I didn't mind that one. He's up in the sky. Just a subtle gradient, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just, you know. Just a little gradient there. Alright. I still want to clean up some. I'm gonna do that. Especially in this region. And I don't want to get rid of all of the little imperfections, because I do think that's what makes this look the way it does. And I potentially should fill in this line again. Go pale. Ooh, maybe we add something like that. Okay, one sec. Once we're almost done. We're almost done with that. This line work. I wonder how this will look as an emote, because I'm definitely gonna add it as an emote, because why not? Why not? Might as well. Alright, I think I can do that. Last thing I was gonna test was this. I was adding like that, and then but not keeping it that bright, doing like a soft light or an overlay. Yeah. Is there a filter to make something? Yeah, I think there is. Here, let's zoom in here. We're gonna try to test out a filter to make something crunchy. Alright, filter, noise, add noise. We're gonna add some noise to this. We're gonna go pretty extreme I guess. Yeah, some crunch. Yeah, it's got some texture to it. Maybe that's a little too much. And what is... No, I like uniform monochromatic. Let's test that out. Actually, let me do this in a different way. First, we're gonna add a blur. Just testing stuff out. So blur, make it not as extreme. A little bit of a blur, okay. Step one. Step two, go back to the noise and add some noise. But now it's like, it might not have worked. I might just, like, it's there. Like, it's definitely there. It's subtle. Or just not at all. Yeah, I do like it. It does it adds something. You know what I mean? Cool. So Joe Baby Bomb is done. Let me hide this. I guess it doesn't really matter how I export this because see? Alright, see? There's an issue. You know how I mentioned opacities? So let's take her hair here. So we need to not have her hair as an opacity. So let's find that. I was seeing an issue with exporting that was a direct result of the opacity. Let's just do that. I should be using the hotkey for that. I should really learn that one. Oh, this is way too big. Let's go. We have to go down to 33%. No, actually lower than that. We need to go to 25%. Yeesh. All right, 25%. Can I just go like 1,000 by 1,000? What happens? No, it in fact did not create a square. I'm gonna do the square. I think it's better if I do manually try to make this a square emote rather than letting the program guess. And it's pretty much in a square, so that's the good news. Maybe I will. Tilt it back this way. Nice, dude, this is awesome. Big fan. Oh, is it just me or did that appear brighter? Oh, right. It's because of our settings right now. So we want PNG, we want all the colors in the world. Yeah. It still feels brighter, no? Although that kind of looks good. Colors, even more. Huh. Something changed. Something changed in that process. Let me try to do this. Export as. Okay, I think that one. Yeah, that one looks more accurate. It like got way more vivid. I don't know why. That actually probably is something I should pay attention to. Can't do 33%. Let's do 25%. All right, now we're under 1,000 pixels. The important part. All right, export. This document can't be saved with that as a JPEG without losing information. Boo. All right, Joe Bomb Baby. That's what we're gonna name this. Joe Bomb Baby. All right, so then we can bring it back to this computer, actually. And let's see here. Let's open 7TV. Upload Joe Bomb Baby. Joe. Oh, can't add JO as a tag. Bomb. Maybe pinup. Baby. Cartoon. Clon. And then Cool Cats. Okay, that's all I can add. Let's drop this in there. Where are you, Joe? There you are. Oh, it's so cute. Her hair, this probably won't make a good emote, but we're gonna add it. Her hair sort of just gets erased altogether. Okay, let me refresh the page. Yeah, I'm gonna say this probably is not a good emote, but we have 1,000 slots. We have like, I guess 900 slots still. So Joe Bomb Baby, there it is. There it is. All right, and with that, I'm gonna play some Pokemon. That only took 3 hours and 20 minutes. I feel like we did a lot. I feel like we did a lot. Well, I earned it. I earned the Pokemon. Okay, get this over here. All right, so that's gonna conclude the drawing portion of the stream today. Yeah, like it looks good when you hover over it and it gets like a little bit bigger. I just feel like it's so hard to see when it's like itty bitty, and obviously it's not going to show up there right now. But to conclude what I was saying, that is going to end the drawing portion of the stream today. So if you're watching on X or YouTube and you want to keep watching, head over to Twitch. We're going to play some Pokemon.